So it's a new day. I'm gonna be working on this big guy today. Around here, 8.1 liter big block Chevy, 2001 flavor, 496 cubic inch. You do the math, do the rest. So last time I had the motor in the truck, it did run, but I didn't like the wiring. So last time I had it sitting in here, I did mark this firewall at where I wanted to go through with the harness because I want to put the computer in the cab. So I want to take this harness, let's strip it back down and rework it, make it lay in here a little prettier. I got the harness here. This is an OEM harness out of an '02 Avalanche, I think it was. I've already reworked it, got rid of the tranny stuff, got rid of the rear O2s. But let's go through. I'm going to strip all this loom back off, get everything wire laid back in here, and let's reroute everything to this point here so we can come straight through the firewall with the computer. Alright, so we got her stripped down. You can see my original yellow tape from the first time I stripped this harness, getting rid of the tranny and rear O2s. But got a pile of crap here going on. From like this area forward, I'm going to be putting that in the cab, which consists of the computer, fuse block, start relay, mill light, tachometer, data port, ground, all that stuff is going in the cab. So let's go ahead and plug all this other stuff into the motor. Big beauty. And let's start combing her through and let's get her poked out right by these fuel lines. Quick and painless there. Causing point, I got everything marked. Injectors, alternator, IAC. These aren't marked. But the main reason I wanted to comb this harness again, one, to make it look better. I didn't like the way it looked in the truck before. Two, I mean, I have a lot of extra wire here. Grounds, my knock sensors. I still got to get rid of this. It's just there. I didn't want to lose the plug in case I needed it. These guys are stupid long, which is my Rerouting and mass airflow. I want to reroute this cam position up behind this motor mount. Take this guy, pick it up along the way, and get these up a little better here to get away from the exhaust. That was kind of my problem before. I've already melted the knock sensor wires, so I had to get these off of another harness. So yeah, let's comb this thing through and let's get her looking better. Just gotta bear with me. This is my camera setup at the moment. It's on my vise. I can swivel it. I don't have any inclination adjustments there. And I'll take this mount. I think this time I'm gonna put it right here so you can see this side of the block. So stick with me. I'm going to be getting, hopefully she's already ordered it, a tripod setup. That way I can put my phone in. I'm only using a phone. I don't have a GoPro, anything special right now. So just stick with me. We'll get better as the channel gets stronger, better. So here we go. So this is where we stand now. I got all this nice and tidied up in there. Don't really like the way that one's just kind of hanging out, but it is what it is. Can't move it. These are pretty well tucked in there, nice and pretty. Till we get to about right here. This is where it starts getting into a rat's nest. Got a lot of extra long wire. But we're making progress. I'm very happy with the way this is looking, as in from the front of the motor. When you pop the hood, this is all you see. Everything else is hidden by the fuel rail. Coil packs are what they are. Alright, so that was very painless. Well, painstaking, shall I say. I've spent about 6 or 7 hours on this harness over the last 2 days. But it's looking so much better. Got all this tucked in, nice and prettified. Got the stuff. This is going to be on the firewall for the fuel pump relay. And I've got the starter wire mixed in there too. It's also going to be on the firewall. This little bit of bundle here is what's going through the firewall. I've got all of my gauges, mill light, tack, that kind of stuff there. Got power and grounds, of course the computer, O2s. They can go straight down the exhaust once it gets all installed. But yeah, this side lay down nice and tidy as well. Got my mass airflow cooled up here. I'll cut it down once I get the intake on. Still need to get rid of this guy. It's just so hard to get off of there. So heck yeah, I'm happy with that. I think the next thing we're going to do is get this block cleaned up. Get this oil pan pressure off and pressure washed. Maybe try to polish it up. I don't think I'll paint it. But I definitely want to get this block cleaned up. Pull all this power steering pump and stuff off. I do have a new one somewhere. Get everything cleaned up so we can get her back in the rails. I'm ready for this. So that's going to be it for this episode. working on the 8.1 wiring harness. Next, we are going to be getting the frame rails painted, getting this block painted and sorted out so we can get this motor back in the truck. Stay tuned.